Okay, so vlog number 6. So the creative audio project that we did was on the adpocalypse, where we essentially explored the adpocalypse, YouTube's adpocalypse, whilst a real world apocalypse was happening outside. So I'd consider our use of sound effects to be the most successful aspect of our work, as we chose to have the main source of audience engagement coming from immersing the viewer into our world, and the effective use of sound effects were essential in making the story make sense. Using sounds mostly from the internet and Googling person sitting on a couch, person pouring and taking a shot, worked well. Surprisingly, people had uploaded those sound effects to YouTube. Some sounds that we couldn't find, like person setting up a tripod, like specific sounds like that, we attempted to do ourselves, just playing around with equipment and stuff to try and replicate the sounds we wanted, which worked pretty well and ended up sounding good in the final product. The most problematic aspect of our project was probably making it long enough whilst still being engaging and sticking to the storyline. We struggled to reach the time limit whilst being conscious of not overusing sounds and sound effects. We realised creating a narrative that was both engaging and long was actually quite hard. It was also challenging to work around each other's busy schedules, so creating time in which we could all work on the project together and sit down for a long amount of time was hard and only actually happened like 1 or 2 times. But we got it done. The research we did for the project on the apocalypse plugs in quite nicely to the reading we did in week 5 called Researching YouTube. The article briefly explores the agency or lack thereof that exists between YouTube producers and brands and companies, and it briefly touches on the apocalypse. Our project then expands on the briefly touched on apocalypse, going into specifics and details about the relationship between YouTube creators and brands and how the apocalypse actually affected this. The project being only audio allowed for us to have more creative choice in making more bizarre ideas. For example, using audio only allowed us to use the hyperbole of an actual apocalypse to exaggerate the adpocalypse. If in film, creating the scene of bombs and guns outside someone's home would be impossible for us to do. But with audio, we were able to play off people's imaginations and create this bizarre scenario of a YouTuber making a YouTube video about an apocalypse and loss of money whilst the world is falling apart around them. As for lessons I learned about collaborative work like this, pretty similar to the lesson that I learn every week, which is leave more time for editing, which I think especially in a group project where you've got inputs from not just yourself, but you have to listen to other people, like editing takes longer in a group, so more time should be left for that. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.